Okay, so the FBI looks at the circumstances surrounding the death of Jeffrey Epstein. According to the report, this systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. So what happened to the Epstein client list that the Attorney General said she had on her desk?
Well, I think if you go back and look at what the Attorney General said in that interview, which was on your network on Fox News.
Got the quote.
Go ahead.
John Roberts said, DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? And she said, it's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Yes, she was saying.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and the Epstein jail video just dropped. But did they really show us everything? Because there's one mysterious gap, and it's not just suspicious. It's blaring like a red flag wrapped around a volcanic siren in the middle of a damn nuclear meltdown. And Karoline Leavitt, she pulled a full Jonathan Frakes, straight from Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction, trying to convince the press room that what was promised never really existed. Talk about jaws hitting the floor.
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that. But again, when it comes to the FBI and the Department of Justice, they are more than committed to ensuring that bad people are put behind bars. They have an operation going on right now called Summer Heat, which has our murder rate trending in the lowest direction in United States history. Their emphasis on violent crime and locking up violent criminals has led to the arrest of 14,000 violent criminals. That's a 62% increase from the same time period last year. So this Attorney General and the FBI Director are committed to putting bad people behind bars where they belong. That they promised an exhaustive review. That's what they did. For any further details, I would refer you to the Department of Justice.
This should be the moment where everyone's hair catches fire. This was the smoking gun. Pam Bondi didn't whisper it. She declared it. The Epstein list was sitting on my desk right now, she said proudly, like she was holding the Ark of the Covenant. Remember that?
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
So have you seen anything that you said, oh my gosh?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, we'll check back with you.
Now to the breaking news overnight about the Jeffrey Epstein files and the conspiracy theories officially being rejected. Overnight, the FBI and Justice Department releasing 11 hours of footage they say helps confirm notorious financier Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide in his Manhattan jail cell in 2019, awaiting his sex trafficking trial. According to a memo detailing the findings, investigators found the video showed no one entering the area in the overnight hours before Epstein was found unresponsive. But perhaps the biggest bombshell, investigators say they found no incriminating client list of Epstein's, no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals, and no evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties.
She said it came straight from Donald Trump himself. The truth was coming. The swamp was shaking. This was the moment MAGA had been waiting for. The drop, the disclosure, the thunderclap that would finally prove the conspiracy was real and that the deep state was going down. And now, poof, up in smoke, like Cheech and Chong's met Alex Jones in a hotbox panic room, and they just lost the files between the bongs and the bull.
Caroline, the DOJ and FBI have now concluded there was no Jeffrey Epstein client list. What do you tell MAGA supporters who say they want anyone involved in Jeffrey Epstein's alleged crimes to be held accountable?
This administration wants anyone who has ever committed a crime to be held accountable, and I would argue this administration has done more to lock up bad guys than certainly the previous administration. And the Trump administration is committed to truth and to transparency. That's why the Attorney General and the FBI Director pledged at the President's direction to do an exhaustive review of all of the files related to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes and his death. And they put out a memo in conclusion of that review. There was material they did not release because, frankly, it was incredibly graphic and it contained child pornography, which is not something that's appropriate for public consumption. But they committed to an exhaustive investigation. That's what they did, and they provided the results of that. That's transparency.
This was supposed to be the moment. Instead, it's the proof that the moment was never coming. They said that they were going to clean house, but if you walked in now, you'd need a hazmat suit, because whatever's dripping off the walls, you're not scrubbing that off with a can of Ajax and a prayer. They said they were going to drain the swamp, but with every passing day, it's clear they are the swamp. Like screaming banshees howling QAnon prophecies under flickering LED crosses. They said that they had released the Epstein list. They said they had exposed the deep state. They said they'd take down the system. Hell, Trump's own DOJ, Pam Bondi herself, said it was on my desk, ready to go. And now, just paperwork, a ghost file, the deep state boogeyman they never actually planned to face. They said they'd bring law and order. Pam Bondi turned her AG badge into a backstage pass for Trump's corrupt circus, weaponizing justice for loyalty and clout. They said they'd defend the Constitution. Instead, they pardoned violent insurrectionists, masked up ICE agents like stormtroopers, and sent the National Guard galloping across LA soccer fields like it was the frickin' Hunger Games. They said that they cared about the American health. Then RFK Jr. handed us measles outbreak, while his followers raved about vaccines, fluoride mind control, lizard people, and spiritual DNA upgrades like it was a QVC special for the end times. They promised freedom. Instead, Elon Musk lit a bonfire of conspiracy theories and accused everyone, from Steve Bannon to Trump himself, of being on the Epstein list. It's like watching a snake devour its own tail in real time. They said they'd fix the system. They shredded it. They said they'd fight for families. They let corporations poison our air, our soil, our drinking water, and handed out fat tax breaks to billionaire donors like it was Halloween for hedge funds. They said they were fighting for truth, but all they ever delivered was a rerun of Sound of Freedom, a Facebook meme, and a conspiracy too weak to survive a single press briefing. This was supposed to be the reckoning, the list, the names, the justice. But what did we get? We got one missing minute of video and a government shrug. We got conspiracy candy for the MAGA mob, sweet lies to keep them foaming at the mouth. We got Bondi's promise turned into a ghost file. Her "it's on my desk" became "don't ask me." We got Karoline Leavitt gaslighting the press like she's starring in a reboot of Beyond Belief, fact or fiction. We got the swamp rebranded in gold-plated hats and spray-tan saviors, and we got nothing else. No list, no truth, no justice, just another cover-up hiding in plain sight. While the same gullible suckers keep buying tickets to a rigged damn show. They played you. They used your anger. They made promises they never intended to keep, because the rot isn't just in the system. It is the system. So while MAGA's out there blasting Jason Aldean and Lee Greenwood from their coal-rolling trucks, screaming "try that in a small town" and "proud to be an American" like a damn bumper sticker choir that can't even spell America, the real corruption just slipped out the back door. And the saddest part, they don't even care, because it was never about saving kids. It was about owning the libs. It was about feeding the outrage machine. And when the truth didn't match the fantasy, they deleted it. That's the real conspiracy. And if you're still waiting for your hero in a red tie to bring the truth, you're not a patriot. You're just the punchline. So what now, MAGA? You were promised a reckoning. You were promised truth. You were told to hold the line, even if it meant losing your food stamps, your health care, your damn drinking water, just to get to the bottom of who the pedophiles were. You said you were willing to pay the price. You said you'd sacrifice everything. So where is your reward? What do you do now? Now that the Epstein list is a ghost file, the footage is missing a minute, and your so-called saviors are out there partying with billionaires while you're scraping by. Do you cling to Trump like a drunk uncle at a family reunion, slurring half-truths and making excuses because you can't admit that you've been played? Do you pivot to Elon, to Bannon, to Alex Jones? Is that your Mount Rushmore now? The question wouldn't sting so bad if the cult wasn't this deep. But deep down, you know this isn't what you voted for. You know it. We all do. So what's it going to be? Do you finally face the truth, or do you double down again and keep dancing to the same damn lie? Because whether you're rolling coal or rolling tape on your next Facebook rant, the ball is in your court, MAGA, and that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.